I have been with Orr for almost 11 years, and it has changed me immensely, both professionally and personally. I feel like I have been through so many things in the last 11 years, and Orr has always been a staple. It's been a part of my family, really. And the support that I've received, I've just been able to gain confidence in who I am and the fact that I can provide for myself and my family. And so just that confidence builder, I think, is the main thing that really changed who I am. The freedom, I am able to work as much and as hard as I need, or if I need to take a little bit of a break. For example, I had a daughter 2 years ago, and so I was able to take more time off and be with her, and now I'm getting back into it and really hitting the ground running.
What is the most unique aspect of my opportunity at Orr & Associates? I think it's the opportunity to build a business within an established agency. So being able to go out and create your book and create your office, but then have the support and the networking that Orr & Associates provides.
Having a business with Orr & Associates changed both professionally and personally in huge ways. Gave me the confidence that I needed to build a business of my own around the terms that I needed it to be, to take care of my family and to be able to vacation and travel and things like that. I think the most unique aspect of the business opportunity with Orr is how much I can cater what I want my business to look like around my lifestyle, but also around the gifts and talents that I have, to be able to do processes and conversations in the way that fit me and my personality. Rather than a cookie cutter training that might be elsewhere.
So how long did it take me before I knew I could succeed? Kind of right away. Right after a month, the first month was kind of tricky, but right after 3 weeks to a month, I just knew I could make it here. And it just, I took advantage of everything they gave to me as far as tools, and I'm gonna continue to proceed with that.
My wife and I had just sold a company. So I still consult for another company, a business that I'd sold about 20 years ago. I was only working 2 or 3 hours a day, and I felt the void in my life because I'm used to working 10, 12, 14 hours a day. So with that being said, Orr has offered me an opportunity to be able to learn something new later in life, build relationships probably with people I would not normally have met. And it allows me to build a book that when I am done working, that I can hand off to somebody and still have a residual income for the remainder of my life.
My professional life at Orr has changed in the fact that I am an employee and not an agent. So I've had the opportunity to see people build a business as well as be a part of building a team. Orr & Associates has provided a career for me as opposed to just a job. And so for that, I'm thankful. Personally, because I have a career now, it's afforded some stability for my family and that we can enjoy life that I may not be able to enjoy with just a job. So the most unique aspect of my opportunity at Orr & Associates is the fact that you can watch people build businesses and they can be tailored to who they are. In terms of employment at Orr & Associates, it's unique in the fact that we are a family, we care about one another, we work together as a team, and Orr is very generous to their employees. So at Orr & Associates, I've now been employed for 12 and a half years, and I knew that I could succeed here because they constantly trusted my judgment and the calls that I made by giving me more opportunities and responsibility here. And so it was just a few years in before I realized I would be able to cement a career here.
So one of the things that that Orr helped me change professionally and personally was is having time. To me, that was more valuable than having all the money in the world. To me, it was super important for me to have my time, especially at the time when I got into the business. You know, I was transitioning and getting married, and I know my wife and I wanted to have kids, so I wanted to make sure I ran really hard when I first started, because I knew when we eventually had kids, I wanted to have that time with them in case if they wanted to, you know, have a soccer game or something. I didn't want to ask somebody if I can take the time off. I wanted to have the ability to be able to do that.
The most unique aspect at Orr & Associates is the facet that it can be what you want it to be. It is inevitably insurance, and we're an insurance broker, but you know, servicing accounts and managing customers and selling policies is all the basics of that. But the reality is that we can really grow and build this opportunity in a lot of different ways. So, you know, Steve Orr, when he set out to start Orr & Associates, he wanted to build an agency for the agent and to really be for the people. And not a lot of business owners start out that way, with that vision and that heart. And I think his humility and his generosity kind of led the culture early on to see that there is so many possibilities. And I think honestly, we're just at the beginning of discovering of how that opportunity is going to grow and reflect and express itself in the agents in the company to come. Yeah, well, fortunately, I've gotten to be a part of building a team at Orr & Associates, and it's been just a life-changing experience. Not only for me, but for the men and women that I've gotten to work next to. So, it's just, when Steve set out to make this opportunity, I don't know if he intentionally meant it to be such a life-impacting goal, and I think on paper it looks amazing, but he literally changed lives by putting this idea together. And thankfully, I've gotten to see my life changed and the lives of others people's changed by this opportunity. And it's been such an exciting thing to see others now growing and desiring to build their own team. And so, if you're thinking about building a team at Orr & Associates, I think that the impact that you might originally think that it has on maybe just your income or your book of business or whatnot, it's actually a lot bigger than that. You're thinking about leaving a legacy of lives that have been touched and transformed by this unique opportunity. And so it's just been a real blessing for me to get to be a part of.
One of the main things that the business changed was just mainly the freedom. You are your own business owner, and so I got the freedom of, taking weekends off, but also if I wanted to spend the weekends spending extra time on my business, I was able to. I just have almost unlimited time to make, work on my business, or I can kind of just, stop when I want to stop. And that's kind of the main thing is just how scalable your business is with this. If I want to make $50,000, I'm able to make $50,000, but I also have the opportunity to make $1 million. And so that's kind of the main thing that, I've noticed is like, I love just, I get to pick and choose. Yeah, so obviously I said scalable, but it's also, you get to do it anywhere. And so even with, being not from Nashville, but doing business in Nashville, I get to travel here, still continue to work. I get to hire remote assistants, so, they're not depending, coming in or anything like that. It's all, I guess, through the computer and, over the phone. And so you can kind of work from home if you need to take a sick day and still get your work done. And so I think that's pretty unique is you get to show up when you want to show up, but it also, takes a lot of accountability of yourself. It probably took about 6 months until I understood like the product of what I was selling and what I was doing and how to click the buttons. But other than that, I knew I was always wanted to be an entrepreneur and sell stuff at school and stuff like that. But really it was just understanding what I was selling and kind of how am I going to apply this knowledge to actually what I have to do and day in and day out, and then also teach people how fast they can learn, and it started to get fun from there. Yeah, so I've definitely considered building a big team, and that's where I'm headed towards. Is as far as my dad, he's mentored me in building a big team because he has a big team. And so I would love to, 10x what he's done just to show. And obviously, I'm definitely capable as I already have my first guy in the first year. I would love to, start expanding to more guys. It's just a matter of time and finding the right guy, like we talked about.
Yeah, the most unique aspect of being with Orr & Associates is definitely being your own business owner. I think at a lot of companies you have ceilings. There's people that you can't get above. With Orr, there's no ceiling. You can grow as much as you want, you can work as much as you want, you can pass the next guy. It doesn't matter if you've been there 20 years or 2 years, everyone's able to make the same amount of income and have the same exact opportunity, and that's definitely the most unique experience with Orr & Associates. Yeah, I've always considered building a huge team with Orr. It's obviously in the bloodline. Everyone in my family has built big, teams at Orr, especially my dad. Me and my brother have been trying to build agents since we begun, and we're excited to do that process the whole time.
The way that it changed my personal life was it gave me an opportunity. I had been in a career for 18 years, and that company was purchased, and the new company came in and said, we don't need you anymore. And so Orr was really kind of my first lifeline back out of that to provide for my family and have a chance to build something that's my own instead of working for somebody else and building their business. So that's really how Orr changed my opportunity. I think the most unique opportunity is that it is my business. They are allowing us the opportunity to own our own book. talking with other people in the industry, they don't have that opportunity, and when they are done with their career, they give everything back over that they've worked for to that agency owner. Whereas with OR, they really are championing the building an agency within an agency model. How long did it take? That was the toughest part, to be honest with you, but I would say that month 4 was when I could finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I would say that month 6 is when I realized that I was going to make it to the end of that tunnel. Absolutely. We'll be building a team. I think that even today's conference has been encouraging in that aspect. It is a phase of the business that I do want to do. It will help further my business and further provide for my family, but also more than that, it's going to present opportunities like I got to other people as well. And so that's something that I am passionate about. Because if I hadn't been given this opportunity, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so I want to also be able to do that for others.
The most unique aspect of Orr & Associates for me has been that you can build a business within a business. I get to live like an owner at the same time of being under the head covering of Orr & Associates. I have unlimited time, I don't have any caps of income, and I get to grow my business and give that opportunity to other people, even with being under Orr & Associates. I mean, that's why I'm still here. And you get the ownership of Orr & Associates that no other agency really have never seen give people. Yeah, I would say I was a really fast kind of adopter. I was only 20 years old when I got started. And so I found out really quickly that I was going to succeed because I started as a telemarketer, making $8 an hour, and I got a lot of leads. And I was like, okay, if I can get people to say yes to allowing me to quote their business, I think I'm going to be able to get them to say yes for me selling. Quickly after that, within 3 months of getting licensed, I started making it to the top of the sales board. This is a while ago when we didn't have as many good people though, but it showed me that I was going to be able to do this thing. What's funny is that I actually believe I'm like the #1 agent that's built a big team for the most part, but I've just scratched the surface. I plan on growing even larger team at Orr & Associates and kind of taking people to another level they haven't seen before. And so that is my goal. I have 7 agents in licensing right now, and I plan on having about 26 to 50 by the end of the year. So yes, I plan on doing that for sure.
What would I tell somebody that's going to come on board with OR? I would tell them to trust and invest in themselves. I think if you have that entrepreneurial mindset where you want to go out and create something for yourself, Orr & Associates really brings that to the table, and it's something that you could take advantage of, and it's good because you get to create your own schedule and really build your own business and something for yourself and your family.
What I would tell someone who's considering coming on board is to really think about what your gifts and talents are, and what do you have to bring to a business of your own, how you can formulate the business to look how you want it to look.
What I would tell someone that's considering come on board is they do give you all the tools you need to make it. Now it's up to them if they really want to accept what they have to offer, and kind of sky's the limit, and they offer that, and that's what's really great about this company.
What I would tell somebody who is considering coming on board with Orr & Associates is that it's a really great opportunity. It's not something that's going to fall into their lap, so you do have to put in the work. But whether you're an employee or an independent producer, the opportunity is there, and you can really build a great life and career for yourself.
The main thing I would tell someone who's considering doing Orr & Associates, becoming an agent, is you have to have determination and you have to have grit. It's not for the faint of heart. But if you want to work hard and have that type of dedication, grit, and determination, you'll have the life you want. If you have a dream, you can accomplish that dream and goal in Orr & Associates, and so that's what I would tell them.
I would tell them that it can be scary, but take a risk. I'm not a big risk taker. That's why we sell insurance. But take a risk. Have faith in yourself. Have confidence. Be encouraged and know that there are people that are going to walk alongside you that want to see you succeed in your own business. Trust that process as well. It's going to be tough. You have to grind. You have to work hard, you have to be diligent. You're the only one making calls for your business. There's no one doing it for you. So those things will come with it, but you can make it. You can do this.
What I tell people when I'm bringing people on board is that this is not just a normal job, this is a business. You're starting out commission only, starting out 1099. You need to be someone that's going to be working hard, and so you need to be hungry to actually get this business up and going. You need to be coachable. We have systems that can get you going, but you have to be coachable. And then resourceful. You can't just hit a brick wall and be like, I don't know what to do, I'm going to turn around. No, let's go around it, through it, over it. So someone that's resourceful is going to make it in this business as well. And then with that though, you get to live like an owner. You can have time freedom and no caps on income. And so that's the best thing about Orrin Associates. So when I'm talking to an agent, that is what I'm talking about is, hey, this isn't just a normal route. If you're not someone that's going to work hard, just go get a job, go make that $60,000. That's great. But if you want more for your life, we have the opportunity.